In this video I am fitting a Japanese axe head to the handle I made in the last video. Ran out of battery previously, and so in this video I am fitting my Japanese carpenters. In this video I am fitting my Japanese carpenter's hatchet, or Japanese half axe. In this video I'm fitting my Japanese carpenter's hatchet to the handle that I made in the last video. I've done the first fit, but it's not quite right. G'day, welcome to Chestnut Nags Tools from Japan. This is my new workshop series where I'm building myself a workshop because to build the workshop I need the tools, and one of the tools I need is a working carpenter's hatchet. Alright, so if we look down the line, it's slightly, the top of the bit needs to go to the right, and it's got a slight twist in it, as in the far end of the bit needs to go to the right as well, and the near end of the bit, the beard, needs to go to the left. So it needs to go over that way, so we need more material off here. And a bit more off here. Getting better. So we need more off this side, this end. It might still be just a fraction tilted to the left, but there's not much in it. And it feels pretty good. That's much better. And if you can think it was that easy, well, I got another thing for you, because it took me at least a dozen attempts. Put the head on, check the alignment, take it off, make a small adjustment, and repeat until I was happy with it. And if you take off too much, then there's the potential that you stuff the handle and you got to start again. It looks pretty good in real life anyway. But we've got a bit of a split developing here. So what I'm going to do is saw that off and then bind it. Where'd my hammer go? Oh, there it is. Ah. Now just got to make the wedges. We've got a quarter sawn block here, and we want the quarter sawn alignment to line up with the width of the wedge. Okay, there's wedge one. Okay. Now the last thing I like to do, because that's quite a polished surface, is put a series of cuts on it. It's not so bad with this side because this is the split side. And I don't know if it makes much of a difference or not. But, gives a bit of peace of mind even if it doesn't make a difference. The last thing I want to do is just put a bit more of a point to this wedge. Just helps it get started. Okay, so we're ready to put it together. Not looking forward to it, but I think I really need to sharpen that saw. With the oil, it makes it a lot easier to see all the tool marks, or the little imperfections, but I actually like my handles like that, because it just gives them, I find them more, I've got more connection with the handle, with the tool. And little divots or something, I get to know them, and then it's like a registration mark for my hands when I'm picking the tool up. Alternatively, I'm talking drivel, and it's just an excuse to make up for the lack of finesse in my finish. But anyway, I like it. Now with Japanese axes, you never put the wedges running this way, ever. It's very common for Japanese axes to be quite weak in this direction, and what can happen is that they just split. So you only put the wedges like so to spread. Now maybe with a modern Japanese axe it might be different, but I've seen vintage Japanese axes actually ruined because someone put a wedge in that way. So I'm pretty pleased with that. All that remains now is to sharpen it up. And in the next video, you'll see the first job that I put it to. It's a job that you probably won't expect, but probably one that won't surprise you. Anyway, for that, be the next video. If you don't want to miss it, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell notification so that when it comes out, you will know about it. Catch you guys later.